Okay, this is General 101. I'm here showing off the latest edition of the maze generator program we've been working on. This is a piece of code that generates a completely new level from pre-made blocks of geometry in the Halo 1 engine and populates that with AI that the player can then go through and fight against. Currently it is capable of this, so let's one, get one there, we got another, and another, and so you can see it, it's a random maze. So the way it works is I generate a maze matrix and then solve that maze. I find the shortest path through the maze from the entrance to the exit, and that is the route that my level places, code places blocks along to form a level. Currently, there is an entrance-exit block. The entrance block is also used for the exit. There is a hallway. There's two variants of that hallway. There is a straight hallway, and there is a giant room with two doors along the same axis. So those are randomly chosen, and then there is an elbow-shaped room that is used for connections that go that turn to either like vertically or horizontally. That is scaled and rotated multiple different ways to get all the 8 different directions that it can go in. So let's generate a level. Every time the run script button is pressed, not only does it generate the mesh, but it also generates a valid scenario filled with encounters that the player can fight against. So currently, we only ever place hunters. The idea is for the script to eventually generate squads based on some sort of idea or like a class or some sort. Like if I tell it generate me a patrol squad, it will generate a squad made up of characters with mobility in mind. So maybe an elite with 2 jackals, or maybe an elite with 3 grunts, something like that. If I tell it generate me a squad meant for heavy duty fighting, maybe it'll generate a wraith followed by a hunter and a couple of elites, something big. So, but at the moment, there's only one character. So currently we are also only generating 1 AI per encounter. I have no idea what will happen, so let's set that to 10 and see how the script deals with it. And then press the play button, see what we get. Okay, I don't like that layout. Let's try a different one. No, still samey. That has intersections on my break. Still no. That's okay. We can deal with that. Alright, let's export it to JMS. Okay, all the settings are good. So, the process is you press the run script button, although eventually it will be its own button with settings for size and a couple of other things. Let's compile the level now. So, and then after you press the play button, I do want the script to automatically run the tool command to import the level and light it. I would then like the script to do whatever it needs to do to the BSP, specifically generating sound environments, fog, any other effects it needs to that are specifically in the BSP tag. Other than that, the script as is right now only generates player spawn locations. The player spawn locations are picked based if the triangle has enough surface area to cover the size of the Spartan. If the surface triangle has a valid material, so it's not like a render only material. It's basically something that the player can stand on. It also checks if it has a correct normal. You don't want to be creating the spawn on a 90-degree wall. And on top of that, so you can actually see it right here. It checks the ceiling height to make sure that, you know, the location can actually fit the player. Eventually, I do want to add a check to check if we can travel to the exit from the triangle we are on. That way we're not generating spawn locations in, like, for example, a chasm or like just somewhere unreachable. That way, you know, things are more or less make sense, especially because everything's randomized. We need to do everything in our power to make it, like, you know, to keep sane. At the moment, the player receives way too much ammo and 2 assault rifles. The idea eventually is for them to receive a somewhat randomized inventory of items. So maybe one level you'll get an assault rifle and a pistol, or maybe on another you'll get a sniper rifle and assault rifle. The idea is to give packages of stuff based on context. For example, if you have a Covenant themed level, like, you know, you're infiltrating a ship and it's supposed to be a stealth mission, well, then you'll get a sniper rifle and a pistol maybe. If it's supposed to be like a defense mission, like, for example, say on a human ship, like the Pillar of Lava, then you might get some more heavy equipment, an assault rifle, maybe a rocket launcher, stuff like that. There also is plans for maybe having some sort of randomized equipment, specifically like, for example, on the assault rifle with a grenade launcher, on the assault rifle with a flamethrower attachment, on the assault rifle with laser sight. The idea is to have some element of a roguelike in this, because even if we have the best randomizer algorithm in the world, the levels themselves will not be too interesting. So we have to make it interesting less through the geometry and whatever story elements we were able to generate, and more through the gameplay mechanics. So I'm thinking lots of randomized stats, 2-way, 3-way, 4-way battles if possible. Let's play our level and see what it came out with. So we should start it. It generates the scripts required to spawn the AI, so we will have to compile those first. I don't believe tag test automatically compiles it, I'm not entirely sure. Either way, let's just be on the safe side. Okay, so it should function. Alright, where do we spawn? We spawn facing that, okay. So the exit is there, yeah, okay. So player spawns start always facing the entrance from wherever they are. Let's see what happened. That is exactly what I expected. Oh boy. Throw a couple of grenades in there. Currently there is no sound, but I do eventually. Oh boy. And that is my doom. I died. So, as you can see, it is working. Very early stages, but I'm very excited. So, if you have any ideas for stuff that would be cool, let me know. I'd be interested in hearing them out.